Hello everyone, I'm RVD and welcome to your next data structure lecture. So let us start with the next topic, that is ADT of simple queue. Okay, in this we will learn what is a simple queue and we will define its ADT, that is abstract data type. Now, so far we have completed stack and we had seen that stack uses last in first out approach. That is insertion as well as deletion, that is push and pop, is being done from the same end. Whereas in case of queue, as you can see, the insertion is done from the rear end, whereas the deletion is done from the front end. And that's the reason your queue will use first in first out approach. So the element which is being inserted first will be the element which will be deleted first. Okay, so it's like a pipe which is open from both the end, whereas your stack was a pipe which was open only from one end, hence insertion and deletion was done at the same end. Fine, so stack was LIFO, whereas your queue is FIFO, first in first out. So let's start with the basic operations. So we'll have insert, we'll have isEmpty, we'll have delete and other operations. So to start with insert, you would see we'll require insert to have queue and ELE. Okay, so first we will define all the arguments. So we'll have max, which is the size of the queue. Then we'll have the queue itself, which will go from 1 to max. Then we'll have FNR, which will work as front and rear pointer. Okay, and element is the element to insert. Now, obviously, front here will be used to point to the frontmost element of the queue, whereas R will be used to point to the rearmost or the last element of the queue. You can see the initial positions of F and R. F will be initialized to 1, whereas R will be initialized to 0. Okay, so let us start. Now, before insert, we obviously have to check whether the queue is full or not. Now you can see, if at all I keep on inserting, as you will soon understand that while inserting we will increment R. So if at all I keep on inserting R and incrementing R, my R can finally go up to max. So max will be the last position where my R could go up to. And that's the reason the condition for queue overflow would be R equal to max. So if R is equal to max, I will say it is queue full, and because I am into insert, I will declare queue overflow error and straight away return. Fine, but if at all this is false, that means queue is not full, I'll be able to insert. I have to insert at the rear end. So the current last element is supposed to be pointed by R. So again, like push function of stack, we'll have two steps: increment R by 1 and then place the element at R. Okay, so this is how I'll be able to do insert. Check for overflow. If not overflow, increment R and then insert. So let us move on to isEmpty condition. Let us see what is the condition for isEmpty. But before that, we'll have all these the arguments being defined. Now, the condition for isEmpty is F is equal to R plus 1. Now, there are two situations for which we can have the queue to be empty: initial empty as well as intermediate empty. Initial empty is something, as you can see in the figure, that my F is obviously ahead of R. It is being kept that way. Now when we'll insert the first element, my F and R will be same. Both will be at 1. Now if I delete that element, my F will still again go ahead of R. And that is called as intermediate empty. But if you see, the condition is still same, that F is R plus 1. So let that be any condition, intermediate empty or initial empty. The condition for checking is F is equal to R plus 1. Then it is true. Otherwise it is false. Fine, so that is isEmpty. Let's go ahead with delete. Again, for delete, first we'll check whether if it is empty. If the queue is empty and we are trying to delete, it is considered to be underflow. So we'll declare underflow error, queue underflow, and because we don't have anything to return, we have to return -1. Now if the queue is not empty, remember one thing, in queue the deletion is done from front. So ideally I have to delete the element at front and I have to increment front. But then if I return the element directly, it will not be possible. And that's the reason we will take again a temporary variable z, which is used to store the element at q of f. Then my f can be incremented and then I'll return the deleted element as z. Fine, so that is how you will be able to delete the element from the queue. Now, as we had stack top in my stack, which was supposed to give you the topmost element of the stack without popping it. Similarly, here I'll have queue front, which will be used to return the copy of the frontmost element without deleting it from the queue. Fine, so let's look at the queue front function. In queue front, we'll obviously again have to check for empty. So I will check if it is empty. If the queue is empty, I have to simply say queue empty and but return -1 because I haven't have anything to return. Otherwise, I simply have to return the element at q of f or the element at f. So you can see the last statement, that is return q of f. Now clearly see here that my q is not incrementing the value of f. So my f remains as it is, and that's the reason the element which is being sent as q of front still remains as a frontmost element of the queue. Right? So that's the basic difference between delete and queue front. Let's move on to the next and the last function, that is display. Again, in display, we first have to do the formality of checking whether the queue is empty or not. If the queue is empty, I would declare that the queue is empty and I can simply say return. Here I don't need to return any value because the return type would be void. Otherwise, the simplest way to display the queue will be from F to R, because even that will be the way or the sequence in which the elements will be deleted. So I'll simply run a loop from F to R and I'll print each element of the queue as print q of I. Fine. So that's how I'll be able to display the queue in a very simplest manner, F to R. So these are the various functions which we will be having in ADT of simple queue: insert, isEmpty, delete, queue front, and display. Fine. In the further program, we will have array implementation of simple queue, where we will try to implement these functions and we'll write a similar wonderful main function which will be user interactive. Okay, so before I conclude with this video, let me remind you to subscribe my channel if you haven't done yet. So you can see a subscribe button right down there, which will allow you to easily subscribe my channel and get alerts for my newer videos. So I will keep on posting videos on data structure related concepts as we are continuing with this course, as well as the other playlist which will have interview questions as well. Fine, so keep watching and happy learning. Thank you.